What if I told you that some of the biggest disasters in American history were quietly hidden, downplayed, or even erased by those in power? Accidents that shook entire communities but were kept out of the spotlight, leaving behind questions, mysteries, and silence. Today we'll uncover the hidden past of America's forgotten disasters and the cover-ups that followed. The Cold War nuclear accidents. During the Cold War, the United States raced to build the most powerful nuclear arsenal on Earth. But what most people don't know is that several deadly nuclear accidents happened inside American borders. In 1961, in Goldsboro, North Carolina, a U.S. Air Force bomber broke apart mid-air, dropping 2 hydrogen bombs, each capable of wiping out entire cities. One of them came shockingly close to detonating. The government downplayed the event for decades, only admitting the truth years later. Imagine a disaster that could have erased millions of lives, hidden behind official silence. Sometimes the cover-up wasn't about weapons or wars, but about people. From 1932 to 1972, hundreds of African-American men in Tuskegee, Alabama, were secretly part of a medical experiment. Doctors withheld treatment for syphilis just to watch the disease progress. Families were torn apart, lives were lost, and the government denied it for 40 years. Only when the truth leaked in the 1970s did America realize the scale of this hidden human disaster. In the late 1970s, residents of a quiet New York neighborhood began falling ill. Children were developing strange diseases, women were suffering miscarriages, and cancer spread at alarming rates. The truth? Their homes were built on top of thousands of tons of toxic chemical waste dumped by a powerful company. For years, officials ignored the signs until local mothers forced the nation to pay attention. It became one of the worst environmental cover-ups in U.S. history. Everyone knows about the Manhattan Project creating the first atomic bomb. But fewer know about the hundreds of downwind communities, ordinary Americans, exposed to radiation without their knowledge. Towns in Nevada, Utah, and New Mexico saw skyrocketing cancer rates, but their suffering was buried under national security secrecy. Generations paid the price while the government denied responsibility. The Challenger disaster. In 1986, the Space Shuttle Challenger exploded live on television. Officially, it was described as a tragic accident, but later evidence revealed that NASA had been warned about the faulty O-rings and freezing temperatures. They launched anyway. Engineers' warnings were silenced, and 7 astronauts lost their lives. For many, it wasn't just a tragedy, it was a cover-up of ignored warnings. The hidden fires of Centralia in Centralia, Pennsylvania, a coal mine fire ignited in 1962. Instead of putting it out properly, officials ignored it. The fire spread underground, burning for decades, releasing toxic gases, and forcing residents to abandon their town. The government never admitted the full scale of the disaster, and today, Centralia is a ghost town still burning beneath the surface. These aren't just stories of accidents. They're reminders that sometimes the truth is buried deeper than the disaster itself. Governments and powerful institutions often try to protect their image, their projects, or their control. But history has a way of resurfacing. So the next time you read about a disaster in the news, ask yourself, what aren't they telling us? What parts of the story are being hidden? Because the hidden past isn't just history, it's a warning for the present. If you want to uncover more hidden chapters of history, make sure to subscribe to Hidden Past. And remember, the truth is always closer than you think. It's just waiting to be uncovered.